Every week, I come into your life to do three things: multiply your life, multiply your money, and multiply your business. A good coach can change your life. A good coach should accelerate your progress. A good coach, as my new buddy Mikey Taylor said, will take you to places that you didn't even know you needed to go. So today on Super Coach, I'm going to give you a shot of courage. The topic is courage and where to get some. And we're going to remove any hesitation that you have for getting started, any hesitation for asking for a sale, any hesitation, Ryan Lee, for getting started. I'm Coach Michael Burt, live from the Greatness Factory, brand new Super Coach.
Everybody needs a coach in life. Coaching businesses and entrepreneurs like you to spike an additional 40% to your bottom line. Michael Burt is a multi-championship coach, best-selling author, trainer, motivator, and all-around super coach. Now, from the Greatness Factory Studios, this is Super Coach.
Welcome to Super Coach, live at the Greatness Factory. Let me see who's all joining us today. Natalie Burt. What's up, Natalie Burt? Paul Martin Van Neville, all the way from Kansas. Come on, Paul, when you come see us, big guy. Ginger Stegg. I was thinking about you today, Ginger. Blake Duncan, Ryan Leith, Kyle Hendricks, Luke Frost. Look at all these people joining us on Super Coach today. Richard Pearl. Hope you guys are doing great today. I got a great topic for you. I do this on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Podcast Republic. Every single week I do a new podcast called Super Coach. Jump on over to iTunes, download it, subscribe to it. Give old Coach Burt a positive review so we can jump the iTunes up. We had, I think, about 180,000 people that have listened to Super Coach, and every single week I just want to be your coach. I believe a good coach can change your life. And one of the biggest things I think a coach will do is exactly what my guest. I just did an interview with Mikey Taylor, the famous skateboarder, 580,000 Instagram followers, and I asked him about what his thoughts were about coaching. And his statement is one I've never even thought about before. He said, a good coach will take you to places you don't even know that you need to go. A good coach will open doors for you you haven't even thought about. They will take you to places you didn't even know you needed to go to. So one of the things I'm going to do today for you is I'm going to give you a shot of courage. Today's topic is courage and where to get some. I have spent the last 3 weeks with my sales team trying to give them as much courage as I can to go for it, to ask for a sale, to schedule a meeting, to reach out. And what I'm trying to do is remove a hesitation in them and in myself, remove a hesitation or what's called a consideration. And a consideration is an internal thought that prohibits an external action. I can't tell you how many considerations we have, and many times those considerations come from our past. We tried and we failed. Somebody made fun of us. We were rejected. So we have these, we take into consideration what could happen if it don't work. What could we do? A good coach is trying to remove that consideration. One of the things Mikey Taylor said during the interview is, I have fear every day. Because I was a skateboarder, I knew when I went out, we had to do tricks that nobody had ever seen us do. We had to do tricks that nobody else had ever done, which means we're going to fail. We're going to fall down. We're going to get hurt. I had to remove my consideration of being afraid of failing. I said, man, that would carry over to life. So where does this courage come from? Can we go down to Walmart and buy courage? Can we borrow courage from other people when we don't have any? And the answer is yes. This podcast today can give you some more courage. This podcast today can open up your eyes. This podcast today can give you a shot of courage so you can go do something. And you gain courage in small steps. So when I was writing up the show today, I was thinking about this. The first big cycle to understand courage is really to understand the cycle that my buddy Tim Story taught me, is that first we have a big revelation about something. Courage comes from conviction. And conviction is a byproduct or birthed from revelation. So I had a big revelation. Because I have the big revelation, it births some conviction. Because I have conviction, I now have courage to go do what? Take action. My story is simple. I was turned on to coaching very early in life. I got asked by another person to go step into a role of coaching. That's very important. When people are asking you to get involved in something and they see something in you, many of you may not have the courage to take action on it. So what do? You sit on the sidelines. You watch somebody else do it. Then you go, I could have done that. I remember when I first went to speak, I first went to watch a person speak at a full-day seminar, and I sat in the back of the room and I said, I can do what that woman is doing. But I didn't have the courage to walk up there and ask her the question. Okay, I wanted to do what she was doing, but I was sitting in the back of the room paying her to coach me, and I said, I can do what she's doing. I needed courage. I lacked courage. So my story is I was turned on to something by somebody. That gave me, then I got in the ball game. Then I started to hone and refine the skill. Then the more I honed and refined the skill, the more confident I became. The more confident I became, the more courage I had to ask without consideration. So think about it this way. Confidence comes from courage. Courage to try, courage to start, courage to take action, courage to follow up, courage to ask for something, courage to get back up when you've been knocked back down. Confidence is the memory of success. It's an internal knowing, Brian Covey, that you can manifest what you see in your mind. I need courage to overcome my fear of failure. I need courage to overcome my hesitation to ask. I need courage to overcome my fear of rejection. Right, Roy Frazier, Jason Wasser? I need courage. Courage comes from confidence. Confidence comes from conviction. Conviction comes from revelation. When you start adding all of this up, so I'm trying to teach my sales team how to sell with courage, how to remove any fear of asking anybody for anything. And when we come back in segment number 2, I'm going to show you some key things that I say when I'm talking to another person and how I've removed this consideration and hesitation of asking for the sale when we get back from the break. I'm Coach Michael Burt, and you're watching Super Coach. Welcome back to Super Coach. Today we're talking courage and where to get some. I'm going to go on over to Walmart on aisle 5, and I'm going to buy some courage this afternoon. Bet it's on sale for $1.99. Listen, let me tell you something. Courage is everywhere. Brad Burcham and Ginger Stegg and Blake Duncan. You just got to go get it. You know why? You know how you go get it? You go get it. So, in this segment, you're watching Super Coach. It's a podcast I put out every week on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Podcast Republic. Download it, listen to it. I want to be your coach every week. I also put out Monster Producer. I also just did a podcast called Person of Interest with old Mikey Taylor, famous skateboarder who's now raising millions of dollars to go out and buy apartment complexes with Commune Capital. And I guarantee you, old Mikey's got courage. Where did his courage come from? Falling off that skateboard. Having to do tricks that nobody else had ever done before. 25 years of getting knocked down and getting back up. Man, that's valuable. And if you're not teaching your kids these things, you need to be. You need to have your kids in my online academy. We got it priced at $97 right now. You can buy my online academy for $97. And I got confidence and courage in there. So courage and where to get some. So here's some things we'll finish the show with today. When you think about courage, I want you to link courage and confidence together. Confidence is an internal knowing that I can create or manifest. It's the memory of success. It's the usage of a unique ability to the market and the market rewarding you in the form of love and money and recognition and affirmation. That's confidence. Confidence comes through repetition, consistent, repetitive, ongoing, systematic usage of a talent. That's where confidence comes from. Study the Bible, Book of Matthew, usage of talents, demonstrated capacity to use talents, therefore, they were given more talents. Courage comes from usage of a talent. In the sales world, money changes hands when problems are solved. Selling is basically presenting an idea to a person that can solve a problem for them. Present an idea to a person that can solve a problem for them. That's how you sell something. But if you don't have any courage, you won't ask. So here are some questions that I ask to remove any hesitation. Number 1, on a scale of 1 to 10, Jimmy Driver, how serious are you about this? Okay? Would you say you're real serious, somewhat serious, or not serious at all? Would you like to it seems like you really like this. Jack, would you like to get started right now? Is there anything that would prohibit you from taking action on this? We can have this talk today, or we can have it 6 months from today. But you and I both know nothing's going to change until we change it. If you had the information that you needed, you wouldn't be sitting in this situation you're in today. So how can we help you? What I'm doing is I'm removing any consideration I have. Thomas C. Davidson, share this with other people. What I'm doing is this. Hey, let's take the first step. We lose 10% of momentum every day we don't act. I brought what you want on a silver platter. What's stopping you from taking action? On a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you about this? Okay? Are you real serious, somewhat serious, or not serious at all? Okay? I can't help you until you commit, but once you commit, I'm not going to let you fail. These are statements from a courageous person to another person. See, to close a person in selling, they have fear and uncertainty. Will it work? I've tried it in the past. It didn't work. I don't trust myself. I won't do it. They're not trusting you. They're not trusting themselves. You have to have enough courage for them. You have to transfer your courage to them. This is something you got to do. This will change your life. This won't be a game changer. This will be a life changer. Like, you got to have enough courage for them. So let me backtrack as I finish the show today. Where does courage come from? First, you had a big revelation. Then you have a conviction. Then you take an action. Confidence comes from conviction. Conviction comes from revelation. Once you have these things, then you take action. Now, here's the problem. You're going to go out into the marketplace and you're going to ask some people these things, and they're going to reject you. You know, I wanted to be on a podcast out in California not long ago, and this guy wouldn't even respond to my messages. I had Ed Milet called him, you know, big time people like maybe I think Bradley called him. He just wouldn't even respond. And I felt like, what, am I not good enough for you? Like, right? Here's the point. I had the courage to ask to be on the show. It wasn't about the rejection. It was about I had the courage to ask. But that motivated me. Motivated me to blow my business up. Motivated me, and hey, when he calls in the future, I'm going to say, you know what? Don't think I can do it because I'm busy. So for you, you got to get to the point that you're overcoming this insecurity and fear that you have, and you are operating from a place of courage. Okay? Thomas C. Davidson said, why would you do this? Why would you do this? How can you justify spending this much money or investing this much money in yourself? These are all questions a person with courage will ask. So, come on down. I'll tell you where you can get some greatness, to get some courage. You can get some down at the Greatness Factory. Notice we didn't call it the mediocre factory, or the complacency factory, or the lazy factory, or the failure factory, Jorge. You know what we call it? The Greatness Factory. Because we're trying to operate greatness down here at the Greatness Factory. So, how can you operate it? Right now, I got a free month of my coaching program going live right now. You can get 1 free month of Monster Producer, try out full benefits at any level, by the way. I'll give you a free month for free. All you got to do is say, I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. I want to take advantage of that free month. I want to be coached by you, Coach Burt. I want to, hey, Mickey Vincent, Jason Watson, I want to have the courage because I know where to get some. I want to get some down at the Greatness Factory, guys. Take advantage of the free month coaching on me. Full advantage. All you got to do is say, I'm in, or email me at info@coachburt.com. Let's get you up and get you started. I believe everybody needs a good coach in life. I believe a good coach can change your life. And as old Mikey Taylor said, I believe a good coach will take you places you didn't even know that you needed to go. This is Super Coach. Have a great week, everybody. Today was a referrals intensive. I believe referrals is when great people tell other great people how great you are, but we don't think about referrals enough. We don't ask for referrals. We don't have a plan to get referrals. All right, let me go back to something. A few things I've said today. Between stimulus and response is a space, and in that space lies our ability to choose our response. All we can control is our stimulus. We cannot control their response. The whole intention of today was to really break down the anatomy of a referral, the psychology of advocacy, how to build out a referral plan, and ultimately how to generate 125 referrals in the next 90 days. If you want to get a significant lift in your business, it is not as complicated as you think. It is literally just filling the missing structures that you have. And one of the biggest missing structures is service after the sale, engagement after the sale. I thought today was a major success. These are many things every team needs to be doing, including mine. So these are one-day events we do at the Lodge or at the Greatness Factory. They're called intensives, where I go 4 to 5 to 6 hours on one concept. So great audience, great energy. Thought the content was good. I feel very pleased that we got people to a better place today. 16% is the number you need to remember. For every 30 people you talk to, 4.8 will be interested immediately. For every 350, it's 52.8. So you got to go after a whole bunch of people to get the right people. That's what you got to remember. So 125 will get you 20 new deals if you do it right. And that's how much money you'll make as a result of today's workshop.